Hello, can you hear me? Please do let me know if you can hear me okay. Oh my goodness. Happy Sunday, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well, and especially if you're here in the UK, you're not too hot. Oh, great. Sounds good. Fantastic. Thank you. Right, I'm going to pop back through the comments in a sec. Just sorting out a couple of bits. So as you can see, I have my Realm of Middle-earth stained glass out, my Lord of the Rings stained glass. And so far today, I have done 510 stitches on this. So let's see, who have I got in the chat this evening? I have Brittany, Anna Karen, Katinka, Leslie, Rosemary, Kashi, Jeannie, Sandy, Patsy, Joanne, scroll down, Celia, and Dan. Hi, Dan. Not seen you for a couple of weeks. Hope you're doing okay. Okay, fantastic. How are we all doing? Hi, Sarah. Hi, Red. Oh, good lot of you in here already. Lovely to see you all this evening. Hope we're doing well. Do let me know, of course, what you're stitching on, what you're doing this evening. So for me, as you can see, oh, hold on, let me get some better light. My Lord of the Rings stained glass is out. Been a bit of a busy day. Okay. Let's switch that on. I think that is going to be a bit better. Super job. Right, who else has come in? Eva's come in, Kay, Esther, Cheryl, Caroline. Oh, hope we're all doing well. Nice and warm here in the UK. Been about 27, I think, today, something daft like that. So hope you've all had a good week, good stitchy week, got lots of progress in. Okay, Kay's eaten way too much. Dragged myself to my frame to finish page 8 of Patron Saint, green chili. Hi, Gail. Red doing some embroidery of Kalasai. It's one of the national embroidery of Hungary and probably the most famous one. Ooh, that sounds good. Nice to dabble in something different, isn't it? So, yeah, I've got my Lord of the Rings stained glass out. I've been finishing working on my model stitch today. It's still not quite done yet, which is annoying because I wanted it to be done. But unfortunately, I've been a bit busy with work this week. So that's took a hit. And so has She Sleeps this week. I've not got in much on her either. Brittany, today I'm working on Trust, one of the AI Hades from Patreon. Sussex Stitchy K in a food coma, page 42, not 8. Right, okay. No worries at all. Hi, Adria. How are you doing this evening? So, yeah, quite warm here. Went and got my nails done yesterday. Did a bit of shopping. I've done overtime this weekend, although I wasn't planning to. Silly me had managed to book herself in for overtime and didn't even realise. So I did that as well. And tomorrow I am delivering some training. So that's going to be fun. I am not accustomed to doing that, but apparently I am the best person for the job. So, yeah, I should be doing that tomorrow. Okay, Rosemary's having a great day. Weather glorious, cutting up garden debris on the back porch. Adria's good. Yeah, I'm not so bad either, Adria. Thanks for asking. Cosmic Marbles tonight for Anna Karen. Dan is stitching on Celtic Bees, 72,000 black stitches, Heaven and Earth art by Malcolm Watson. Yeah, this Lord of the Rings stained glass that I'm doing, I got it from Etsy, Dan. Colour completing black first. I've done 34,100 stitches, and I've still got almost 79,000 black stitches to do. So I feel you on the black. Patsy still in Hogsmeade, 65%. Man, that's a good jump there, Patsy. It'll not be long and that'll be done. Super job. Oh, cool. Ebony has been very naughty and enabled me today on her latest video. Oh dear. There'll be an Ebony made me do it hashtag soon, won't there? No. So how did she enable you? Spill the beans, Kay. Can you see my posh nails? You sure can. They are a cherry red this time. And if the girls pop down, I'll get them to show you theirs as well, because they both had theirs done too. Catherine's coming in through Facebook. I'll just have a look at that. Where is my inbox? Come on, Facebook. Open up. Don't be silly. Okay. Looks like storm's passing by in the distance, says Catherine. She's working towards 12% on Fergus. And she says, hi to all. Hope all is well. Come on. Let's go back to the right page, YouTube. Thank you. Yeah, it is a fabulous colour. It's called cherry something, although there's something I can't remember. I just went into the nail bar because I'd had the pink, and I said to them, I want the same style, the same way, but I'd like a red colour for the ends, and they picked this lovely cherry red. And you know, to be fair, the nail salon that we go to, they rarely get things wrong. I think only ever once have I come out of there and having had to get them to correct something. That was just one of my nails didn't dry as it should have done. Dan, I'm colour completing black also. New start, hoping my eyes can handle one colour. Yep. Decided to colour complete this one because, you know, I thought, you know, because it's got a lot of black areas, and I thought, if I colour complete it, I will, you know, then sort of colour complete the rest of the colours in it. Or I could, you know, I could work from the highest colour down, numbered down to the lowest colour, or I could just, once the black is done, just carry on working in each section in its colours, and, you know, do parking or cross country in a small section or whatever. But obviously I'm 70,000 stitches away, so there we go. Winked, blink and nod charts, good gravy, they're beautiful. Ooh, I'll have to look that up. Great colour, nice and shiny. Nice and shiny. Yeah. Esther says, I'd rather do the colour I don't admire first. Silver Stitches, hi Silver Stitches, on my phone, locked out of my flat, oh dear. It's not what we want. Just hoping you can get back in soon. Does anyone know why I'm not able to see the chat section on my PC? Nope, no idea. Yeah, might need to refresh it. Okay. Cash is working on Disintegration by Stephanie Poyman Law. 66.98%, 2/3 of the way. Great stuff. Silver Stitches, good job it's not raining. Yeah, this is true, although rain might be nice to cool us down a little bit. So we've been about 27 up here. It's 23 at the moment. The Haid Patreon patterns are excellent, says Dan. He wants to start Water Flamingo. Hi, Laurie. Stitching pirates today. Lovely job. Just move my needle minder. It keeps glinting. And there you go, Esther. Kashi suggests exiting full screen to be able to see the chat on YouTube as well, if you are viewing in full screen. So cool. So yeah, I've been working on my model stitch today and yesterday actually. And She Sleeps is kind of sat by the wayside because I need to get this model stitch done. With me having a funny eye a couple of weeks back, it did put me behind. So, no, I came up to re-record something. But I'm nearly done. Nearly done. I'm about 90%, and I've done quite a lot of the back stitch. So. And Silver Stitches, I will be popping a fabric in the post when I take my model to the post, which will probably be Wednesday, I would have thought. I haven't forgotten about your fabric. I don't want you to think I've forgotten you. Okay. Okay. Sarah, I finished 2 pages on He Came with the Rain with some Stitch Friends yesterday and picked up Stitch from Cherrywood Design Studios before I go back to another full coverage piece. Sounds fab. I've been watching your unconventional cross-stitch progress as well. Sarah, that's looking rather fantastic. How is Andy?
Andy's fine.
Andy is fine. He's doing great, aren't you, love? Yeah, love. Not coping very well with the heat because he doesn't. But other than that, yeah.
I'll be all right. I've coped with worse.
Yeah. Yeah, we had that 40-degree day, remember, in Lutterworth.
Yeah, the weird thing about that is that you were the one not coping in that. And I was like, yeah, this is all right.
Yeah. Well, I'm coping so much better in this year than I was last year because I don't have 6 odd stone of insulation. Just another £0.5, by the way, this week, chaps, at weigh-in. 6 stone, £10 altogether, or £94, if you want to look at it that way. So get in there, get in there. Yeah. And I know quite a lot of you have seen those pictures on Facebook now, and I've had some wonderful comments and stuff. It's been fantastic because you kind of look at, you don't really see it until you can see it on something like 2 very starkly different images, like I shared. And just really, in the grand scheme of things, such a short space of time. 18 months is a blink of an eye, isn't it, really? Laurie, change of rotation, doing monogamy for a week. I have 7 whips. My Haid got 1632 stitches, still not at 1%. So sad. Oh dear. Can't be far away, surely, Laurie. How big's the piece? I mean, my night cafe, I've got to do like 9,900 stitches to get 1%. Because it's so blooming big. Sorry if I don't chat too much tonight. I've had a stinking headache all day. Oh dear, Patsy, I'm sorry to hear that. I also had some news from Hannah on the diamond painting front. She says that she's going to sort out some whips for me to show in floss tube for Tuesday, so watch out for that. 488,600. I'm doing 10, so nearly 5,000 stitches per percent then, isn't it? Wish I could lose weight. You are doing great. I started watching you when you stitched the green bike for your brother. Didn't recognise you. Yeah, I've come a long way since then, haven't I? 3 years now I've been doing floss tube, and it's really kind of started to take off this year more than anything. Certainly in the last sort of couple of few weeks, I have had more subscribers in the last few weeks. It's been absolutely phenomenal, and I have you guys really to thank for that, because you subscribed. And, I've been mentioned, I know that. And I know that one or two of you have talked about me on Zoom calls or, when you're in other chats. And it's really wonderful. And I'm now well over the 2,000 subscriber mark. In fact, as of this moment, let me open it up. I'll share with you exactly how many I have right this minute. So I wasn't far away from 2,000 subscribers this last week. And I now have, as of this evening, 2,054 subscribers, which is absolutely phenomenal. So I'm giving you all a big round of applause for hitting that button. So thank you. I can't even tell you how much it means. All you people watching little old me. Patsy, that's great. I'm looking forward to seeing the progress. Me too, Patsy. Me too. Okay. Silver Stitches, you're on your bed. Wonderful. So you got in okay. Superb. Wouldn't like to think of you sat outside and waiting or trying to get into your own place, bless you. Hi Cheryl, working Disney cross stitch. Lovely job. Yeah, it is. It's absolutely wonderful. And like I said, I know that I've said it before and I'll say it again. One of the people who I do have a special thank you for is Laurie. Because I know that Laurie's mentioned me with Mom and Pop's channel as well. And, we've had a chat about this, haven't we, Laurie? It's just been mind-blowing. I've never seen these numbers whiz up so quick. Next year is going to be wonderful. When I get all these new starts going, it's going to be wonderful, isn't it? Anyway, on to other stuff. So you guys who are coming to the commune with me, I didn't win the lottery this week, so it's going to have to be on hold for another week, I'm afraid. But I've had a couple of more comments of knitters and weavers and cooks and all kinds of stuff. So we're getting a community already. Fantastic. But yeah, it's going to have to be delayed another week, I'm afraid, because the lottery didn't come in. Ah, well. We have to go for next time, eh? So, yeah. It still sounds like a great idea, though, doesn't it? We could keep animals and have a vegetable garden and, make and sell our own stuff. And you know. Be brilliant. What a bummer. Yes, indeed. Hoping to get a Gecko Rouge kit sometime next year. Great stuff, Silver Stitches. Great stuff. Yeah, we'll get there. I agree, Kay. And yeah, Patsy, definitely. Caroline, you deserve it. I do love listening to you. And hello, Andy. And yes, it does. I join all of you. Yeah. I think it's a nice little community on here. It's lovely. Just love it. I love doing these live streams and my Stitch with me's. You do get the odd negative comment. Yeah, just the odd one. But, you know, you're going to take the rough with the smooth, aren't you? So, and if people feel the need to be overly negative, then they're in the wrong place. And that's that. Hi, Mahmouda. Yes, it does, doesn't it? Sounds amazing. So, yeah, we're gonna win the lottery one day, and we're gonna do it. Yeah, agree. Silver Stitches, absolutely agree. Otherwise, yes, it's great. You know, and yeah, I've had my share of negativity. Not many, but you know, at the end of the day, we're all here to support one another in a craft that we all love. I don't think I could live without this now. Here comes Hannah. Come on, show the people your pretty nails.
Oh, pretty nails.
Oh, yes, Hannah loved these
Nice,
when she
clean,
saw them.
fresh.
Are you ready? So those are Hannah's.
Look at that. There you go.
Now,
Get the colours as well.
pretty and shiny, and there's like a mint green and a like a lavenderish purple, and then we've got some lovely leaf patterns up the first two fingers. But yeah, Hannah absolutely loves having her nails done.
I feel so pretty.
Yes, well, you are so pretty. Don't laugh at me like that. Yeah, everybody says very nice, Hannah. So, just needed a little help with the right colours.
Did anybody else use my stitch book tonight?
No. Yeah, just need a little help with the colours, and yeah, all good. Yeah, she loves. For her, Hannah's can be quite a girly girl, and having her nails done is a real treat for her.
I don't wear makeup, so my
No.
nails done is the equivalent.
Yeah, it's your makeup, isn't it? Just move this up a little bit. Oh. What are you doing banging around in my kitchen, kid?
I'm getting hot.
Oh, here we go again. The guy from the Eeny Weeny Teeny Peeny Club's outside again.
I bet you start seeing when I saw come past here when I was outside the arcade.
Probably.
But he went to them across, wouldn't it?
Yes, I agree. Hannah, your nails are beautiful. Lots of people saying gorgeous nails.
Inspiration from Sheen.
Yeah, inspired by Sheen. Apparently. But yeah, Hannah doesn't do makeup or anything like that. she's not a going out sort of getting drunk kind of girl. She's very much a homebody. But for her treat, like me, is having her nails done. It's like we say, we don't drink, we don't smoke, and the bin goes out more than we do. By the way, does anyone know if you can transfer progress from one device to another on Pattern Keeper? I've tried to, but it's not working. You'll have to export your progress to Google Drive. And then as long as on your new device you're signed into Google Drive, the same Google Drive, then you should be able to download your progress, I think. I've never done it myself, but I understand that's how you do it. So you export to Google Drive and it'll save you progress. Failing that, have a ask in the Facebook group. There's a Facebook group, Help for Pattern Keeper or something. Yeah, Sandy says, oh, Bluetooth. Yeah, that could be the way. And not to leave you out, Nicola, your nails are beautiful. Ah, thanks, Caroline. Something I do take pride in, having nice nails. I'm waiting to see Lauren's when she comes down. Although she's in the bath at the moment, so she might be a while. In the bath, no fights. Makes a change, right? As in no...
Sorry.
How rude. As in no fights between Hannah and Lauren. I much prefer memory stick or floppy disks. I'm not sure how it would work with that, Silver Stitches. I would ask on the Pattern Keeper group. Getting ready to start Sunset. City Cats are in timeout. Oh dear, Rosemary, what happened with City Cats? Hannah needs to start a diamond painting channel. I have lots of friends that are looking for a channel in your style. Like channel for diamond painting in my style. Or a channel, or, you know, or because if the cross stitches, just send them here, Dan. I don't know if Hannah would want to, you know, interact like I do. But, you know, it's not stopping me doing a diamond painting channel, is there? Because, heck, Hannah's got enough. She could give me a few diamond paintings. She wouldn't miss them, would she? My nails are atrocious. Thread seems to cut into them. Ah. Diamond painting live work channel. Ooh. Can't seem to finish the blaster thing. Oh dear, Rosemary. Why don't you put it in like one strand a night? You know, each time that you pick up your stitching, put in one strand into cats, and then move to your other one. You know, before you know it, you'll have done more than you think. And, you know, if you kind of run out of mojo for doing your cats, you know, just resolving to do one strand maybe at the start and one at the end of a stitchy session, you might decide to pick up an extra strand or two. So that could be a way to bring your mojo back for it. There are plenty of diamond painting channels out there. Yeah, there are. Absolutely. Do any of them do lives, though? I know very little about it, so do educate me. I have no idea. Ah, yes, they do. Ah, so there are some out there. Is it just sort of just there's a person doing it, I think, isn't it? Maybe that you're looking at, Dan. But heck, if the cross stitch, send them my way. But I might do some. I might do, because Hannah's already given me one of the diamond paintings that Patsy provided. I haven't started it yet, but I have it. Don't stop me chucking in a few diamond painting videos, is there? I'll try that later. Ah, brilliant. Yeah. I do find that if you've lost mojo, just doing a strand of it at a time, just so you keep going on it, even if it's only like 50 stitches, then it doesn't become a UFO.
Reminder what UFO stands for?
Unfinished object.
Unfinished object. UFO.
See, the danger is that when you're stitching something that's large, or when you're stitching something that's detailed, you get peeved with it and you put it to one side and you don't pick it up again. And then it becomes a UFO because you just think, nah. And then you move on. So, you know, sometimes you never go back to it. I mean, pandemic for me is kind of a UFO, although I know it's there and wanting to be worked. It's not a side with the I'm never going to touch it again, or I'm not likely to touch it again. It's there, and I know it's there. So, must get pandemic out. I keep saying that. I must. I'll try that later today. No worries at all. Yeah. That would be a change. Yes, diamond painting would, wouldn't it? I mean, I could also, I do a bit of crochet, but I think that'd be kind of quite boring, if I'm honest with you, if I did a crochet video. I must show Hannah's blanket in my floss tube tomorrow when I film my floss tube as well. Oh, so many things. Because Hannah's blanket is coming along an absolute treat at the moment. I'm very happy with it. I have tried to get them to watch you. They find cross stitch too tedious, lol. For Christmas last year, I bought them all small diamond painting kits, and now they understand the addiction. Ah. How could cross stitching be tedious? Have a word with themselves, eh, Dan? What do you say? I don't think cross stitching is tedious at all. They definitely need to have a word with themselves, I'd say, as we say here in the UK. Maybe I should start a second channel for diamond painting, or other diamond painting and other crafts. Keep cross stitch to the main one. Maybe. I'll have a think about that. Because to be fair, I do quite a lot just on the cross, stitching. So, less of the old makes me feel ancient. Oh, Catherine. No wish to make you feel ancient, Catherine. Coming in there off Facebook. Don't change anything. I find cross stitch so relaxing, not tedious at all. Yeah. For me, I just like the order and routine of it, and the fact that by the time you've finished, you've created something beautiful. You know, the relaxation of doing the same motion is just, it kind of touches a button for me. I crochet, but I haven't done any for 9 years. I made a baby blanket for my niece. She's 9 now. Ah. Well, I'm doing this corner to corner blanket for Hannah. using a corner to corner crochet. It's like a basket weave style crochet, and the yarn, it's one of those, it's like an ombre into different colors. It's got teal, burgundy, blue, navy blue, as well as pale blue, lavender, purple. Oh, it's lovely. This bit, I did something stupid on one of my whips. Oh dear, Silver Stitches, what gives? Sussex Stitcher, okay, this bit of confetti is tedious. I've gone wrong, but not sure where. I'm just going to jam something in. Yep. And then it makes it unique to you. Gail, I enjoy the process rather than seeing a finished object. Yeah, I mean, we get the process for weeks, months, and years at times. And the finished object is there to see. But the time we spend looking at it while we're doing it, it's just so much more, isn't it? Oh, this is certainly that. Andy's nipping in and out, by the way, because he's just recording a soundtrack for one of his videos. He's been to Bridlington this weekend. He went without me. How rude. But yeah, he's been to Bridlington this weekend. So being off filming. And my stepdad actually comes from Bridlington. So he's also done like a bit of an interview this afternoon with him. And getting my stepdad's take on Bridlington and, you know, the area and his memories and his thoughts and so on, which has been quite lovely. I thought I got a square wrong. Frogged it. I did a square again only to find out that the first time was correct. I feel like a writing in it. Oh, dear. Do you know what? That's happened to me. It's happened a couple of times, and I've thought, oh, these stitches are in the wrong place, took them all out, put them all back again, and I was right first time. I think we all do that from time to time, Silver Stitches. I hope I can get Pandemic when I can save money. My oldest son passed from it in 2021, but someday. You will, Caroline, I'm sure. I don't think it's not much. It's just for the chart only. It's only a few pounds, but I do understand, you know, sometimes that those few pounds can be hard to come by. And then, of course, you've got to look at floss, fabric, and anything else that you need. I've just been watching... before my live, Tracy, A World of Stitches. I don't know if any of you guys watch her. She's actually doing a knitted Pandemic, and she's doing one side sort of in positive and one side in negative. So, you know, where it's in black and white, and where black appears on one side, it's white on the other. It's very clever how she's doing it. She's going to be doing it again. She's going to be knitting again with another long dog sampler. But it's so clever how she's doing it. I couldn't do that sort of thing. I mean, I probably could if I sat and did tutorials and all the rest of it, but wow. Such a lot of concentration. But yeah, if you do get a chance, have a look at Tracy's channel, A World of Stitches, the floss tube she did tonight. Just looking amazing. Are you okay, dear?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that area of the world. Been to the rock factory there. To John Bull's.
Oh, you've been talking about Brid.
I certainly did. Yeah. Yes, of course. I'm so sorry, Carol. It does go without saying I am sorry for your loss. skated over that in my haste, I'm afraid, and my apologies. Okay. So yes, so my stepdad was here for his tea as usual, and
Banging on about Bridlington.
and Andy did a sort of interview of sorts with him, and it was just so lovely to hear his perspective, you know. And he's like, "Oh, you need to fact check this and you need to fact check that." Well, to be fair, that's not so important, because what Andy's got for his video is memories, is actual memories, and you know, whether or not they are correct, it's his interpretation of it.
I'm sure they are. I mean, I trust him. He grew up in Bridlington. He knows more about it than I do.
Mm.
I know enough, like,
Yeah.
but you know.
I've done the same thing, Silver Stitches. Just consider it practice yet. Caroline, it's from Dan. I'm so sad. I am sorry. I will help you with that if you feel so inclined to stitch it. That's a lovely offer from Dan there for you, Carol. Bridlington, Whitby, Scarborough is a lovely area of the world. Yes, it is. Absolutely. But I also quite liked, I like Withensea when we went to Withensea. I also quite like Hornsea. And I like some of the smaller villages on the East Yorkshire coast as well that aren't resort places. I mean, we went to Hornsea a few weeks back, didn't we? Oh, he's got his headphones on, I think. Yeah, beautiful area of the world. I remember going there as a child on my annual day trip. We didn't really have holidays as such. We had day trips when I was a kid. Some of you guys here in the UK might have had a similar thing where there was a local working man's club that organised a trip once a year, and everybody from the village went. And you know, you got pop and crisps on the bus and some pocket money to spend. And for us, we went to Bridlington or Skegness, or very occasionally to Blackpool. Usually Bridlington, because we didn't think much to Skegness, and we certainly didn't like Blackpool when we went when I was a kid. Having said that, not too keen on Filey. No, I didn't think that there was an awful lot to Filey, if I'm honest.
I like Filey.
I know you like Filey. I suppose it would have to be a place that you might learn to love. But, you know, we went there. We went to a concert in Scarborough. We went to see Lewis Capaldi in Scarborough a few years ago. And we were staying in Filey. And we were staying in rooms above this pub. And it was so noisy. So noisy that, you know. And then we were going to stay there for breakfast, but it wasn't. I don't think it was terribly nice. Do you, love? So we actually went to the seafront and had breakfast. It was nice. Thank you. I really don't want to stitch it. I'm doing heids for my other 6 children. So Dan and Caroline, you'll have to contact one another one way or another. Love school trips out. Always go up to mischief. Yeah. Well, I remember a particular school trip. I mean, most of my trips are working man's club trips. And I was saying earlier on, I remember a particular school trip going to Bridlington. And any of you who've been to Bridlington will know that as you come round from the harbour, you go up the steps onto the north promenade. And one of the first place you come to is Corrigan's Amusements. And I can remember being about 5 years old, going on a school trip to Bridlington with a little friend. You know, because when you're a kid, you know, you kind of got buddied up with somebody in class, and this was a girl called Kay, and we were very firm friends in school. And I've got a photograph. Well, my stepdad certainly has the photograph. I think I might have a copy of it, but I couldn't tell you where. Of me and Kay stood outside Corrigan's, and at that point, one of the things that used to happen was people would sort of have little animals that you could have your photograph taken with. It doesn't happen now. But this was a monkey. There were little baby monkeys. And I can remember me and Kay having our pictures taken with these monkeys on Bridlington. And like I said, I'm sure Dennis has got the picture somewhere, and I think he's got the original one because my mum had it. But I'm sure I have a copy of it somewhere. I'll have to find it. No worries, Enid. No worries at all. Good of you to pop in. Dan and Carol Ann, what you can do is, if you don't want to put your email address on here, you can email me, stitchpics2016@gmail.com, and I will connect the two of you. So let me just pop this email in the chat box. No, I don't want to do that. Come on. Ugh, what the heck has it done here? There it is. There's the chat. What the? Oh my days. Six guys, I've just actually gone off the video because I'm a complete numpty. The default view, thank you. Go away. Oh, now why is the chat box gone to the bottom of the thing? Okay. Stitch Pics 2016 at gmail.com. So Dan and Carol, email me and I'll connect you both. Red, going to bed, had a great time. Everyone have a great Stitch time. Bye. No worries at all, Red. You take care. Have a good evening, remainder of the evening, and sleep well. Let me just have to change this because I can't see the flaming chat. Cool. Bum, 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 bum. So Silver Stitches is asking Caroline, which particular pieces from Haid are you stitching for your kids? So okay. I'm planning on going to Derbyshire next year. Oh, lovely, Silver Stitches. Whereabouts in Derbyshire? I don't you know yet. Have you not decided? Because we're not far away. We're only an hour or so-ish from Derbyshire, really, aren't we, love? Nope, he's got his headphones on. Chewing his fingernails. Not cat hair. She's not even down here. Oh, Matlock. Oh, Matlock's lovely. Cromford's nice as well.
I've done Cromford.
Oh, you are awake then?
Yeah.
Because I was talking to you and you ignored me.
I got my headphones on. I couldn't hear. What were you saying?
That's all right. Doesn't matter now.
It does.
No,
What were you
it
saying?
don't. So we're just saying about Derby should be in about an hour away. Oh, sounds like Lauren's out the bath. I'm starving, prepping for a test, can't eat. Oh dear. Those are the worst kind, Laurie, aren't they? Hi, Peggy. How are you doing? Oh, my days. Excuse me. Oh. I wish I could meet you there, but only going for a few days. You know what? I'm pretty sure that our paths will cross at some point, you know, because we travel around the country as well, or I try and travel with Andy. I'm pretty sure our paths will cross at some point. And plus, if I get to sort of arrange some retreats, you know, you never know. Might turn up to one of those if I can. Or if we do win the lottery. Get the oldie commune off the ground. I'm great. I hope everyone is having a nice day. I think so, Peggy, yeah. Just our usual Stitchy goodness. Jum, jum, jum. How many more stitches on this row? Just this one. You know, I'm quite glad to get into this piece today because I really just needed one that I'm not messing around with lots of confetti and stuff. Wish granted, eh? No backstitch, no confetti at the moment because obviously we're colour completing. Quite excited to film my floss tube tomorrow. I've got lots to say. Lots to share. Might be a slightly longer than usual one. Yes, silver stitches, that's right. Stained glass Lord of the Rings. This is Mount Doom. Peggy, I just woke up and embarrassed to say it's 12:30 in the afternoon. Well, my philosophy on that, Peggy, is if you've slept later than intended, it's not because you're lazy or can't be bothered or anything like that. Your body needed something and it needed that rest to do something. So it needed it to rest, to conserve energy, to repair itself or whatever. You know, you might not even know where it'll be, but your body obviously needed something that, you know, sleeping some extra time, you've given it the opportunity to be back in tip-top shape, although you might feel a little tired and sluggish. I'm sure you'll be absolutely fine. That was a funny noise.
Indeed it was, and I'm sorry for making it.
What was the purpose for it?
There wasn't one.
Oh. I can remember a few years ago sleeping until about 10:30 in the morning and thinking that was terrible. But I'd just come off a run of night shifts and it was just what my body needed. Sometimes you just have to let your body take the lead and decide what it wants. You know, some days I'm up before my alarm. Other days I'm like, oh, do I really have to get up now? And I have an extra snooze. But I've had a few times when I've been up sort of 4 o'clock in the morning because I can't sleep. But my body says, you've had enough sleep. Time to get on with your day. Wish you could sleep till then, Silver Stitches, yeah. Yeah, let's hope so indeed, Peggy. Yeah, it's a sign when you have extra sleep that your body's saying take it easy. Well, it is in my book anyway. And I think we should all listen to our bodies. Very important. After night shift of 12 hours, I'd only sleep 5. Yeah, absolutely. I was very similar, Gail. My night shift was 7:30 to 7:30. And I'd get home sort of 8-ish, 8:30, see the kids off to school, have some breakfast, a bacon sandwich or whatever, go to bed for 9, 9:30. I'd be awake at 1, 1:30, 2 o'clock. Wouldn't be much later than that. Oh, is that a lolly beans I hear?
You will not believe this.
What?
So you know how I couldn't buy my glasses?
Yes, have we found them?
They were in the most obvious place ever.
Where?
On my bed, underneath that, like off the shoulder top with buttons that I've got.
All right, okay.
Right. But the thing is, they've appeared out of nowhere.
Oh, spooky.
Because I checked in that very same place earlier. Huh?
Right, so here's Lauren's nails.
Yeah, I checked in the very same place earlier.
And they weren't
weren't there.
So we have gone for spider webs.
And then that one's got a heart.
This one's got a heart in the middle of it. Aren't they fabulous? And it's a shame that next time we go to salon, she's going to have these taken off.
Very sad.
Very sad. Sad times.
I would go to school with them if I could.
Yeah. At least you found your...
Me bigs.
Yeah, your windows. I'm sometimes awake for hours during the night. Yeah, sometimes I am Silver Stitches. Yeah. Sussex Stitchy, randomly, I have a naked puppet waving at me from round the corner only in this household. Oh my goodness. So pretty. Yeah. Because Lauren. Yeah. Peggy, I like mornings. My son works all night at hospital. I'm responsible for my friend. She's aging. She has a bit of dementia. Oh dear.
Also, was your fan in the correct place?
Hang on, I can't hear you for a minute. What do you want?
Yeah. absolutely beautiful, aren't they? She's got very good taste.
Was you find it's in the correct place when it came down? 'Cause it fell off when I picked up full.
Was what in the correct?
Your fan.
Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah. I'm sure Andy would have grumbled if there was something wrong. Be careful, you're crushing my stitching. Oh, careful.
It's gonna be as careful as you can.
Yeah, having her nails done was Lauren's treat for doing well in school. She can only have them on for the duration of the holidays. So when it comes to back to school, she'll have to have them taken off. But we'll get that done at the salon so it doesn't, so it minimises any damage. I hated school. Lauren, do you like it? Do you like school?
No.
No. She absolutely does not like school.
The only thing that I actually like in school
It's
two
drama.
things. Yeah, drama and photography here. And drama, photography, and history are only things that I like.
Yeah, drama, photography, and history. But no, she's not a school fan.
No, I find it very annoying.
So I'm just moving my frame a little bit. That's it. I can't see because of glare. Oh my God. Dear, oh dear. Ting. Bum-ba-dum-ba-dum. I hated school and I liked school. For me, drama and English were my escapes. Yeah, for her, it's drama and photography. Although, I mean, having said that, with English and maths and things, she's actually doing better this year. So,
Well, actually, it's maths.
particularly maths, yeah.
I'm still at the same set for English, but I'm moving.
Yes, but your engagement's improved. Yes, Peggy, this one is a Lord of the Rings stained glass. Actually, let me show you guys the mock-up. Should have done this early at the start, but
Oh, well.
it's this one. So just ring light in the way. I am somewhere in the black up here around Mount Doom. I put in this Lorien leaf earlier on at the side before I moved the frame. I went to college 7 years after I got married. Big mistake. It was much harder. Forgot stuff. Yeah. I've never had that sort of desire to be a mature student in any way, shape or form. School was okay, but I was glad to leave. Yeah. I was same actually, Gail. And I just went from school straight into workforce. My first job was at a hotel. It's so beautiful. Yeah, it is, Peggy. Yeah. It was from a seller on Etsy, and I know that they do a Zelda one because Gemma Stitches is doing it. I don't know if they have any other ones. I can't even remember name a seller. Let me have a look, see if I can see name a seller. View PDF. I think it's cross stitch V, all in one word. As in cross stitch, and then a V as in the Roman numeral for 5. I think it's 5. V for Victor. Maths. I love the inventor of the calculator. Yeah, me too. I work in finance and I'm rubbish at maths. Gail's best subjects were English, history and biology. They're completely changed now, the system with exams and stuff. It just boggling. But yeah, Lauren's got some bottling down to do last year, so she's got to make it count. Ain't you, kid?
Mm-hmm.
Rubbish at maths and worked in finance, yeah. All the best people are rubbish at maths and work in finance. Kay, what do you say?
I mean, I was set 5 this year for maths,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm moving up to set 3.
Yeah, because they're going to pull you on a bit, I reckon.
So I'm literally back in the same sets for science and maths that I was in year 8.
Oh, cool.
Because the reason I've moved down to set 5 in science as well was because maths and science in years 7, 8 and 9, they're connected, so the sets have got to be the same.
Right.
Hence why this year I'm up to set 3 in science.
That's brilliant, Laurie. My best subject was lunch.
Whose isn't?
Sussex Stitchy K, I don't just needed to be cunning and never got anything in my role. Hey Karen. Late, but you made it. Bless you. No, you're not late at all. Hope you're doing well. I saw your post about your eye test and having to have your glasses redone. I really hope you don't get stitchy withdrawals. Peggy was absolutely terrible in math in school, whizzed through algebra, geometry, trigonometry and statistics when I settled down and went to college. Never used a bit of it in banking. Funny, isn't it? You know, they say, oh, you need to learn this because you'll need it when you get a job. Doesn't matter what job that you were doing, you'll need it. Nah, never use it. My dad's dad could add rows of figures in his head. This was at the time when it was pounds, shillings and pence. My dad is an ex-chartered accountant. I didn't inherit their finesse with finances. Yeah, I don't. I ran my own business for a little while and had to do my own accounts, and nah, didn't like that. When I was self-employed before I started this new job, of this job, should I say, because it's not new. Andy did them for me because I was like, yeah, here are Andy. I bought a crochet blanket from a thrift store. Oh, what's it like, Enid? It was on consignment, right? It's huge and cornea-searingly bright. Oh, blimey. Yeah, be interested to see a pic of that. Laurie, my best subject was when I got home. You know, interestingly, my best subjects in school, although I didn't take them for my exams, one was music, and the other was technical drawing. I was quite good at technical drawing. I was rubbish at a lot of other stuff. Rubbish at French. English wasn't great. Maths definitely wasn't great. Sciences wasn't too bad. But yeah, technical drawing I was quite good at. Holy cripes, Nerdy Stitcher, Enid, that is bright. Beautiful stitching though, isn't it? I love that fan pattern. Holy moly, though, that is definitely bright. School was a nightmare for me. Then being at home was a continuation of the nightmare. Oh, I was disinterested in classes, stroke learning. That's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah. Peggy, my husband is a CPA. He never used anything from college, just a degree, and learned the job and passed his license. He's 79 with Louis' license one more time. Silver Stitches was bullied at school. Yeah, I think we all go through that at some point. Lauren was recently. You were bullied at school, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
It's heavy, tight gauge. I had to get it. Yeah, definitely. It just looks like, I mean, it's a gorgeous pattern and it looks like it's kept its shape very, very well, that Enid. Very bright and beautiful. I can't get into my messenger to show you on my tablet, I'm afraid. Otherwise I would, and Enid sent it in a message. Otherwise I would, Silver Stitches. Unless they're Instagram. Are you on Instagram, Silver Stitches? I think you are. My mind says me correctly. I know that Enid is. Chin up, Lauren. You're a wonderful girl. There you go, Lauren.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. She had some difficulty in the first school that she was in. So I moved her to another one. And to be fair, she's gotten a lot better. Sussex Stitcher, left school at 16 with one exam. Everything else I've got over the years. I found out this week I've been awarded my BA. They've been emailing me and I was ignoring them. Bless you. Congratulations, Sussex Stitcher K. That's absolutely wonderful. Yeah, it certainly is, Peggy. She's so much happier now. You know, it came to a point that she couldn't walk home. And you know, without some bully going at her.
Mm.
But now she's so much happier, aren't you, kid?
Mm-hmm.
Even though school is definitely not one of Lauren's favourite things, it's better if you're happy in school, isn't it?
I've got quite a few nice teachers as well.
Yeah, it's always good, isn't it, when you get you know, people that you can connect with, whether they be friends or teachers.
Yeah.
If you can connect, you can solve a problem.
I mean, my science teacher this year, he wrote, well, my biology teacher, to be specific, he was always very energetic and that. And one day he literally got up and stood on a table. And everyone just started laughing. We had so many laughs this year in that class.
I bet.
With that teacher.
Sounds like fun. We had a teacher who used to throw blackboard rubber at us. You know, and he used to call you stupid if you didn't get an answer right. He meant it in fun.
Yeah.
But the blackboard rubber used to get pinged across the classroom quite a lot. Usually closely and quickly followed by the chalk. Thank you. Funny enough, it is in humanities. And it was the first year at secondary school when that subject was introduced. Right. Lauren, don't let school limit you. Take the view that you can educate yourself all of your life. Yep. It's true that. I didn't have a college education and certainly not a university education, but I'm in a decent job and I've worked my way up from you know, minimum wage to something now that I get, you know, I've trained up and I'm getting to be an expert on. So, and you know, obviously if they trust me to train people, I must be doing something right. Dum, de, dum, de, dum. I worked my way up the ranks and did very well. Yeah, sometimes it's the only way to do it, because yeah, you can have college education and university education and so on and so forth, which is fine. But, you know, it's a bit like when you go for driving. When you're learning to drive, you're learning how to pass your test. Once you've passed your test, then you learn how to drive. You know, and the test for any job is the interview. Once you've passed the interview, then you learn the job. The kids would all hide. I've embarrassed my kids. Had to be done. Hey, Karen, if you're still in here, what's the next steps with Fred? Are you making him up into the stocking yourself? The only mediation I see in English, by proving to my child that I wasn't stupid, I got an A star and then got carried away with a degree. All right. Still, a degree is a lovely string to your bow, isn't it? Oh, come on, don't split the blocks. My friend went to that thrift store and came back telling me about the knitted blanket. All right, okay. Is that a wee rumble I heard then?
That was a car.
Yeah. What time are we on? 10 to 9. It is, but I'm retired, lost count of people asking why I was doing it when it would be no benefit to me. Of course it's a benefit to you. It's your inner knowledge that you've done it. And, you know, you can have a sense of pride in that. Because, you know, you might be retired and you might not be actively using it, but, you know, you've got the experience of doing that degree. So anybody that says to you, what's doing this degree like, you've got first-hand experience. I can do the crochet stitches made, but it's in that type of tension, don't know. All right, okay. I need to wash and press him, looking for backing fabric and fusible padding. When all supplies are ordered, I put them together myself. Plan to video it all. Great. That's what I was going to ask you, Karen. Are you going to do it in a video? Because I'd love to see that. I've seen you put some Hardanger videos out. I have to say Hardanger is not my thing. But I might be tempted just to have a look at those and see if I can learn something. Every day's a school day, right?
I have enough school days.
I know you have enough school days, kid. I have enough work days. Interesting, it was the people that were stuck on the same level for all of their working life, right? A little bit of envy perhaps creeping in there.
Envy. You're
From
not
them?
stitching envy.
It's not that hard, just a bit fussy. No, I don't think it is. I've got an aunt who's very good at Hardanger, although she's not done it for a while. She's more of a paper crafter these days. Thanks for the hug, sweetheart. See you later.
See
My mum did a little bit of Hardanger. It always used to confuse the heck out of me when I used to see her do it. No. You want to envy yourself? Yeah, I know you do, Silver Stitches, yeah. Lack of ambition. Yeah, very possible. Very possible. It's a thing, isn't it? Hardanger is not hard at all. You can count to 5. Yes, I can. Lots of starting stitches, eyelets once you can cut the first time. Yeah, I think that's the thing that kind of scares me a little bit about it, is the cutting. I guess so, Karen, that you will be absolutely right. And once you've done it once, you'll be off and away. Just getting to that point. Wrong cut can be repaired. Yeah. Well, I've repaired needlework fabric before. So, you know, putting in the patch behind and stitching it. Long time ago, though. We did it work successfully. I suppose if you've got the confidence to repair a hole in Ada, then a bit of Hardanger shouldn't be a problem, should it? Remove the thread that was cutting error and weaving a new one. Yeah. And I would imagine it's the same process as counting, but rather than count twice, stitch once, it'd be count twice, cut once. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, thought as much. Yeah. Cool. Yes, might have a look at those. Oh, any silly thing. Is it the Hardanger that I was working on bygone summer? Found it too hard. I suppose it'd be like everything else, though, Silver Stitches, with practice. Practice makes perfect. But, you know, I would imagine that you'd know fairly quickly whether that's something that you can or can't do. Leslie's already been watching your tutorials, Karen. It's actually very relaxing and rhythmic. Yeah, much like cross stitching then, I would imagine. I'm just desperately trying to find just the right frame for my FO. Is that your beach picture, Enid? Definitely prefer linen or Ada. Yeah. I've been doing this model stitch on linen, and the linen itself isn't great. It's quite slubby. And, you know, with anything, any sort of weave, like, you know, I work my even weave 1/1 full cross. Going from 1/1 to 2/2 full cross has been quite a challenge. And of course, you know, having to do counting, and I have, because it's a model stitch, I'm giving it extra counting, because the last thing I'd want is for it to get to, you know, a certain level and then we find out I've done it wrong. And it's really taken some hard thinking to do it. It's been quite involved. I can see in my mind's eyes something beachy. My focus piece will have to wait, says Peggy. It's a photograph of a gypsy traveller back in the 30s. It's hard for me to focus on counting, but I'll get there. It's in sepia tones, just a bit overwhelming. Well, is this already a whip, Peggy? Because if it is, maybe do similar to what I suggested to Rosemary earlier. Put in one strand at the start of your stitchy session, stitch on something that you love, and then go back to it, maybe stitch another strand, you know, at the end of your stitchy session, so that you're still keeping it going. It's still ticking over there in the background, but not necessarily focusing on it so it doesn't overwhelm you. I don't actually need to repair anything, says Leslie. Just love watching your floss tube channel. And so say lots of us.
And so say all of us.
Yeah, we all love you, Karen. I love Hardanger. In the 90s, there were many cross-stitch patterns combined with Hardanger that I did. Unfortunately, they all seem to disappear with the LNS. Yeah. Yes, I remember seeing a few. I can remember, was it a year or so ago, Teresa Little Stitcher completed was it a cross-stitch and Hardanger piece? I'm pretty sure it was. It was absolutely stunning, and she put it behind some museum glass to take the glare off. Oh, and it was just beautiful. Maybe peruse eBay for vintage cross-stitch stroke Hardanger patterns. Yep, true. LNS stands for local needlework store. Yep. It's my first purchase, a little over my head. I'm practicing. You'll be fine, Peggy. Ian, don't fancy doing a hoop finish for it. I don't know why. Well, if it's not going to suit, it's not going to suit. I think with that one, you know, perhaps like a square box frame kind of thing would do. Would look nice. And for the colours I've seen of it, I see something in a pale blue. You know, like a chunky box frame type of thing. Yeah, so Stitches, yep, you've got a local needlework store, yeah. So that's what I'd love. I'd love to run a needlework store. I need to win that lottery. Yes, once Nordic needle was no more, patterns were hard to find. I'm designing my own at the moment. Ooh, that'd be good, Karen. We'll be all over that. Do you not make an X? Hi, Linda. Does who not make an X? So can you just expand on that for me a little? Because I'm doing this piece in full cross. I'm just going down the line and then for one leg and then back across for the other. Just so I can keep my place in the pattern with me going cross country. I work rather hard and it's kind of special to me. Yeah, it's a lovely piece. Hi, Grace. Nicola finally made it to a live. Thank you for guiding me to your video on starting and ending floss. Very helpful. No worries at all. No worries at all. Hope you're doing well this evening. Have you got some stitching out? And if so, what are you working on? Let me do a little mark off in a minute. So I'm going. We had our first earthquake warning over our cell phones this past week. Oh my God, it was scary. Then the earthquake came. I'd rather not know. Any CA watchers on here, I want to move to where you're at. Needlework, let me know when your patterns are available. I'd love to do that and some more. I've watched all your videos and your stitching is incredible. Yeah, I second that, Karen. We would all like to know when your patterns are available.
That was a nice comment, Nikki.
Well, Karen is a fantastic stitcher. She's a fantastic needleworker. She's the one where I watched do the finish last Saturday.
That's needlework, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, I'm learning this stuff.
Ah, yes, you see, Andy, you're learning, aren't you? You're learning who my needlework friends are.
I know who your needlework friends are. We talk about them enough.
Hope your day's going well too. I'm working on my one and only so far, Birds and Blooms. I should have known that from your earlier comment, shouldn't I? Oh. Yeah, I remember you saying now. I hope to get some going on Summer Queen, retired by Bridget Ashwood. Little Miss Ambitious decided to get the max colour pattern, didn't she? Oh, Little Miss Newbie didn't listen to Little Miss Negative. Silver Stitches, you'll be fine. Absolutely fine. I'm sure you'll smash it. Just doing your stitches that way, cross country, make the back look better. Yeah, I think so. Let me just flip my hoop so I can show you, Linda. You might get a flash of me legs or my feet. But that's what the back looks like. Oh my goodness. Come on. That's what the back looks like. I mean, obviously you can see there's bits where I've travelled. Oh, sorry, this silly thing, it's not focusing very well. There's bits where I've travelled, but yeah, looks all right, doesn't it? There we go. You're all too kind. Thank you. It truly is my passion, and sharing knowledge gives me great pleasure. No problem at all, Karen. You're very welcome. It's fantastic, you know, when somebody like yourself takes the time and effort to impart your knowledge, because we all learn a little something. Okay. Tornado warnings in Colorado. Hey, Red Floss Stitcher, how you doing? Long time no see. David, how you keeping? Laurie, just looking at new starts and seeing if I can just get the charts for your favourite. Which one's your favourite, Laurie? You know, it's funny, David. I was thinking about you today, thinking I've not seen you today, and I've not seen you for a bit, and I've not seen Dan either. And you're both in this same live. How spooky is that? You all must be reading my mind. Captive. Yep, it is a chart only, that one, Laurie. You can get the regular or the max colour, or I don't know if there's a max colour actually. And I think they do a mini, don't they? Let's have a look on the Haid site. I'm good. Moved back to California. I stopped stitching for a while now, trying to get used to new settings. Ah, so you moved away from Las Vegas. Well, I hope you settled back and well in California and you're getting your stitching out. And I do hope that it travelled well with you. So, are you finding California to be a different environment, or, you know, just sort of getting used to the way things are, sort of socially and work and that kind of thing? Or I just started a new Haid as well. Oh, right. So, come on, David. What Haid did you start? We need to know. Laurie, I want the Mad Hatter by Omri Koresh, Gecko Rouge. I love Johnny Depp's portrayal, and it's a pure Depp's version for the character. So many bright colours, yeah. Dan had a tornado a few weeks back. Sulimi went out to get a picture and got whipped. Oh, dear. You know, I think that's something that we're quite lucky here in the UK for. We can get extreme weather, but we don't get tornadoes. We might get a lot of wind at times, gale force winds. We might get very heavy rain, which causes problems with flooding. But something like a tornado would be an incredibly rare weather event, and earthquakes are also incredibly rare. You know, we might get a few light tremors here. There was one in, what year would it have been? 2008?
What's that?
Earthquake.
Yeah, 2008.
Yeah, so we had one in 2008.
The famous market raising earthquake.
And that is the only one that I can remember at all here in the UK. Did me. Feeling an earthquake without it coming is less, without knowing it coming is less scary. Yeah.
I've got a couple of Dennis's bits in this, Nikki.
Okay, cool.
It took me a while to work out how to do it.
So David's, it's called Mourning for Icarus. Oh. Might go and search that one. Icarus was the one that flew too close to the sun.
That's right. It's his wings, didn't he?
Was it melted the wings because it melted the, because the wings were held together with wax and it melted the wax or something?
I don't know.
Or am I overthinking that?
I think you might be fabricating that a little bit. But
I might be overthinking it.
But you know, I can see your thought process.
I would love a raining summer, nice stitching weather. Yeah, it doesn't do the natural light. That's Andy crashing the pots. It doesn't do the natural light very good though. Edinburgh Castle sits on an extinct volcano. I didn't know that. Grace, I'm in California and I felt this last one located in Bakersfield. I got an alert on my phone seconds before I felt it. Right. I think I got the legend right. Well, Andy's wrong then. He thinks I'm overthinking it. I'll tell him that when he comes in. He's just going to go and lock the gates and put the bin out, secure the house, all the rest of it. And all that jazz. Peggy is 100 miles from Bakersfield. How far are you from Bakersfield, Grace? Not that I know where Bakersfield is, but I could Google it, I suppose, on Google Maps. But yeah, we had an earthquake here in 2008 and it came in the middle of the night. And, you know, I actually felt it, and I felt it move through the house from, you know, kind of left to right kind of thing. It was a very strange experience, very strange. But I now know what an earthquake feels like. Although this one didn't do any damage, it wasn't strong enough. It was enough to shake things in the house and, you know, one or two things fell down kind of thing. But not, you know, I've seen sort of videos and stuff of earthquakes in the USA where literally houses are rocking. It wasn't like that. It was just it was a tremor. It was a shake. Red Frost Stitchy, you are missed. Always good to see men that stitch so well. Hope you enjoy CA. Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's really wonderful when men join in. When I went to the big stitch, there were several male stitchers there, and I'm talking like probably, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't sound like a lot. There were 250 people there plus vendors and stuff, and I think there was probably at least 10 to 15 men, which doesn't sound like a lot. But the last retreat that I went to, which had 50, there was one man. So nightquakes are common and very scary. It must have just been in England. Yeah, it was. The epicenter was Market Raisin, Patsy, down in Lincolnshire. Nightquakes are common, very scary. According to my office, there are around 30 tornadoes a year, but USA would call them dirt devils. Oh, right. Do you have a channel, Red Frost Stitcher? Yes, David does have a channel. I'm waiting for a new video, David. Hint, hint. It's hard to get on a schedule doing videos our lives. Yeah, absolutely understand that. For some people, it's more difficult than others. Grace, you're also 100 miles from Bakersfield. I felt a quake decades ago that originated in Washington State. It was creepy. I felt the house shake like a giant had slammed the front door. Yeah. Okay. It feels very odd being the only man at a stitching event. Yes. Yes, I can imagine. But when we went to the big stitch, Jacob from Modern Folk Embroidery was there. And he actually gave a couple of talks. And on the next table, there were two men. And then, you know, Morty and the Brom were there. And of course, the Brom is a guy, and there were several others knocking about as well, and in the vendor area. So men who know about this craft. My mother was trapped in the Northridge quake 94. Took me 3 days to get to her. That was it. I had her move next door and I loved it. Yeah. Silver Stitches, I wish she was brave enough to film and stitch at the same time. Takes practice. And I'll be honest, it takes practice. It can be done. Red Floss Stitcher David is in LA. Well, my other plan when I go to the USA is to go to LA. So you never know, I might be looking you up. I grew up with a dad who cross stitches, so for me, men cross stitching is normal. Yeah. I have a cousin, a male cousin who knits. So that wasn't very good, was it? I think, I mean, there's a few sort of famous male crafters. You know, so although Andy's not one of them. He's just a famous village idiot, aren't you, love? Not listening to me again.
Go on.
What?
Go
I
on.
just said you're a famous village idiot.
Thank you.
Linda is Carmel, right near the ocean. I take it you're in LA as well. I love watching Nicholas. You can watch a screen, stitch and speak about anything. I can, but, you know, I think because I work in a job where I can talk on the phone and be using 2 computer screens and typing at the same time, something different, I've kind of got a little bit of an advantage in doing that. Once you've got, you know, how to disassociate what your hand and your mouth are doing, what you're typing and what you're saying, as long as you can disassociate them, like what I'm stitching, which is completely disassociated with what I'm saying, my eyes are following my stitching and my brain is following my mouth. I started it at 9 years. In 60s, juvenile diabetics were not allowed to do much. Very true. My hubby buys all my craft stuff. He just doesn't know. Brilliant, Laurie. I won't tell. Nicola, I'm new to cross stitch. Do you stitch one colour at a time? It depends on the project, Linda. Some of my projects, I just work with the next colour, the next stitch. Just this particular one, I've chosen to colour complete and do all of the black first. But tomorrow when I film a stitch with me, which will have Sailing Fairy on it, it'll be a chatty stitch with me. I'm working it in a 10 stitch deep rows across, and I'm filling in every stitch. So it just kind of depends on the project, really. So, and you know, the projects, I'm sure Karen will agree with me on this, the projects will tell you how to stitch them, whether it be cross country, whether it be colour by colour, whether it be parking or what. The project itself will kind of indicate how best to work it. Wow, that's enormous skill. Thanks, Silver Stitches. Come visit me, says Peggy. I will take you to Santa Barbara. It's close enough to Los Angeles and you'll absolutely love it. You wouldn't really stay in downtown LA. Sounds good. Hey, we could even have a commune on American soil if this one takes off in the UK, eh? if I win the lottery. And then for all my American friends, we can have, you know, the second one. Sounds like fun to me. Yeah, it certainly would be fun, Peggy. Absolutely, it would. And, you know, I can travel. Totally agree, Nicola. Projects tell you how to stitch them, sometimes differently in the same project. Yes. Gemma's stitches was a case in point, wasn't she, Karen? Because she's doing that beautiful peacock and started it with diagonal, but now it's kind of gone slightly differently for her. Because the piece itself said, well, no, we don't like you doing it in that way. Do it in this way. What should we call the commune? Oh, I don't know. Might have to have a vote on that one, Leslie. It's hard enough deciding what to call my YouTube channel. Dan likes to do rows, then switch to colour completing in areas of heavy confetti. Yeah, that's another way. And also, it's what your mind and your hands tell you. Your mind and your hands, they'll still say to you, well, we want to stitch more of one colour, so work this thread in. Or they say, well, we're happy for you to part this one and pick up another one and just fill in that little area before you move to the next. So, yeah. Trying to get to see the UK, says Peggy. Getting all my paperwork in line, my son and I will come. I tried diagonal stitching, made a mistake, and now taking the diagonal lines off. Yep. Well, I plan on at least one of my projects next year, one of my new starts. I'm going to have a go at diagonal stitching. Don't know how successful I'll be, but if I don't try, I won't know, will I? And, you know, I have lots of different methods for lots of different pieces. You know, I've got diagonal stitching and royal rows are the only two ones that I haven't done. Ooh, my days. Excuse me. Nicola's correct. The pattern always tells you how to stitch it. I will look it over for a feel before stitching. I'm assuming that you meant there, Dan. And as well as that, different methods of stitching show progress differently as well. You know, sometimes you can see a heck of a lot of progress, and other times you can be there jabbing away with your needle all day long and see nothing. I have a hard time with all the threads. That's cross country, right? This is cross country. I think you're talking about parking, Peggy. Like, just grab it out. Are you talking about this? Yeah, parking. Parking is easy as long as you always start your stitch in the same place and park your thread in the same point of the stitch. Gemma asked what you would call her style of stitching, and she picked mine, colour flow method. Do you know, that's a really good way of putting it, because I use that on Maui Princess, really. Although I didn't do what Gemma does, which is, you know, every stitch is complete before she moves to the next row kind of thing. You know, there's no gaps, is there, in her stitching? She doesn't like to leave a gap. We could have a private jet to switch between them. Yeah, we could. Yeah, absolutely. If I win the lottery, I'm getting one. It's going to have to be a big win. Buy another ticket this week, dear.
Indeed.
Oh my, yes. Diagonal should be tried once just to see how it really is a pain in the ass. Well, I plan on trying it at least once. You never know. I mean, I might think it's wonderful and get on with it, but I agree, Dan. I also might think it's a complete pain in the whatnot. I know that Carla, the Stitchy Witch, switches really between diagonal. Oh, come on, silly thing. Flips between diagonal and other methods. I think that's just kind of settling, isn't it, between which is the right method for the piece. Because, you know, for me, when I sort of watch and look at Carla stitching, I think, well, yeah, you've tried that kind and it's just not worked. So yeah, you're trying another one. And I think, you know, with the doing the little sort of rows and columns for her Venice piece, is it Venice? What do they call it? Riverwalk Charm. I think that's kind of the right thing, really. But, you know, good luck, Nicola. Watch you. Maybe you can change my mind. Yeah. Sandy agrees with Dan. It's a pain in the whatnot. I got to try it yet. And I know Darren Dizzy Stitcher has tried Royal Rose and he got on okay with it, but then decided that he preferred his method. Yeah, if you don't like rethreading your needle a lot, then I'd not do it. For that reason, I have a love-hate relationship with parking. Yeah, I agree, Karen. You have to be prepared to be doing the rethreading. I don't mind doing that, if I'm honest. It doesn't bother me. But I do know that for some people it can be a bit of an issue. Sometimes when you're threading, some days, I don't know if any of you are like this, you can thread every needle first time and it'd be absolutely fine and it work and everything just flows. And then the next day you are spending more time trying to thread this flipping needle than doing anything else, because it just won't work for you, which is a total pain in the neck. But I don't really mind. I'm not fussy about threading my needle. It does take a little extra time up, but you know, I think it adds to the smooth finish, you know, when you're doing it sort of stitch by stitch. But yeah, you have to be prepared for that. Extra time, extra threading, and perhaps getting a little annoyed with it from time to time as well. If I do diagonal, it's more in block steps. Yeah. I love diagonal block parking. I had terrible grid lines with Royal Rose. Ooh. If you do diagonal, you must park. Yeah. Yeah. Right, I'm going to do a final mark off, guys, because we are almost at my witching hour. We've been going for nearly 2 hours. In fact, we have been going for 2 hours. Let me just mark these ones off and tell you how many we've ended up with. So we started at 510. Oof! We've ended up at 899. Oh, come on. Come on, thank you. We've ended up 899. So 389 stitches. Right, there we go. Right. Thank you all so very much, guys, for joining me. Thank you for all the love, the likes, the shares, the subscribes, the comments, and all of that good stuff. I will be FlossTube Tuesday, live Wednesday for She Sleeps, and let's get some more stitches in on her. I think, Peggy, we were looking at, I think there's about 50 at peak time for this one, which was great. But yeah, thanks everybody for joining us. You are absolutely fantastic for joining in, and we'll see you Wednesday if you're here. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye for now.